Well, I decided I'd had enough of a nice calm day, so I thought I'd come to where there was some wind, just so I felt at home. Got no bloody light around here either. I've come out to Loch Bar. I wanted to be here for tomorrow morning because there's a threat of snow. Although depending on which forecast you look at, it could be snow, it could be rain, who knows, we could have a heat wave. We're heading up to sunset and I am really hoping that them there clouds up there, which you probably can't see, are going to light up. The sun's going down over there, and I think behind those mountains is a huge bank of cloud which could kill any possible light. The reason I want the light is because it'll rescue this image. I found, quite by accident, this bizarre little boathouse, and it's a modern building. It's corrugated iron. Excuse me, our fingers are freezing. It's corrugated iron sheets, or corrugated metal sheets, whichever you like. Maddie, see that little bunch of trees there on that hill? Maddie's the other side of that. And I'm more than a touch concerned about getting back there, because this place is boggy when it's dry. And it's been quite an interesting trek over here. I'd peer down. I don't know if you make this out. There are loads of these boggy areas. And it's kind of like being a ship and tacking. Left, right, oh, back a bit, round a bit. Oh, I'll have to go left and I really want to go right. So, although it doesn't look very far, it's probably only about, alright, it's not even a quarter of a mile, I wouldn't think. It's taken me about 45 minutes to get here. Because I can't go in a straight line. So getting back in the dark is going to be fun. Anyway, those are the clouds that I am talking about. We're still an hour off sunset. Oh, and it's pigging freezing as well. And I'm really hoping that they light up, because that will rescue this image. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to see this, but down here, where are we? In front of this here camera, I've got a little puddle which leads straight out towards the boathouse, and this part of it is frozen. And then I've got patches of snow, and everything kind of leads to the boathouse. It's a very tenuous composition, let me tell you. I've banged a 0.6 reverse on because the sky is considerably brighter than everything else. I've put the, what do you call it? Oh yeah, the polarizer. I forgot then. I've put the polarizer on, just trying to take a little bit of the sheen off the water. Still not quite the right angle, because the angle that the sun's coming or going down at is a bit too steep, I think. But I think it's doing what I want, in that it's just taking the sheen off the water. And then I banged a 6-stop in. And the last shot I did was 20 seconds. The ambient lights died, so I'm going to bang in at 30 seconds and see what happens. I've made the tripod as solid as I can, although everywhere is soggy. So everywhere is prone to slight movement, and the breeze that is coming straight at us isn't helping the issue. But hey ho, having found this, I wanted to come out and try it. And I'm desperately searching for another composition with it. Really, it needs to be this way, because I can't see it. That's the front. Shooting from the other side, you just get a block of metal. Well, I actually quite like that. If that big in cloud lights up, it'll work quite nicely, because you've got the water, and then you've got lovely mountains in the background and some nice clouds coming kind of towards us, which is working relatively well. Right, I'm going to stand around here like a plonker for the next half an hour, in the vain hope we get a bit of colour. If we do, I'll come back to you. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Sunrise is in approximately 4 minutes. I'm staying here. I'm having my breakfast. It's not going to happen with the best will in the world, no matter how positively I think. We're not going to get sunrise. It's horrid out there. There was a rumour it was going to snow. I mean, I'm a little bit further down the line, down the road than the Glencoe ski centre. It might be snowing there. You never know. But I set the alarm in a positive frame of mind for 5:10, popped the heating on, and I could hear precipitation. But I kind of hoped it was snow. Stupid girl. So it got to 5:45. I thought, I really ought to get up, and it was just getting light enough to look outside, and I thought, no, really don't need to bother. So I decided just to get up, have a nice leisurely morning, have a cup of tea, have some breakfast. Now I have a plan for around about 9 o'clock, when allegedly the rain is going to ease off, and I hope it does, because I've been pointed at a location that I'd really like to try. I don't need amazing skies, I just need it to not rain. Yeah, no rain would be a bonus. It is dependent on the tide, which is why 9 o'clock is going to be the right time. The tide's in, I'll get rid of all the goopiness in the foreground. So we'll see how that pans out. But in the meantime, I'm going to have my porridge. Other brands are available. Have my cup of tea. And chill out for a bit, because it's only about 20 to 7. Oh, I've finally ventured out of the van. I'm hoping you can hear me over the rush of the water. I came out to get the classic shot of something that you can't actually see at the moment. Behind there, behind that murky mist, is the Waterfall. And this is the waterfall, and the classic shot is from over there, where you have the waterfall in the front and you have the mountain at the back. And as I drove along, the light was pretty good, and we had a little bit of decent detail in the clouds, so I thought, I'll stop and go and do it. By the time I got my boots on, because this place is like a pigsty. It is horrendous. It is just mud everywhere. The footprints of 6,000 photographers, and that's just this year. So I've come down to the side, and I'm just concentrating on this little tree here with the waterfall in front, the mountains in the back, and we had a bit of detail-ish in the sky. I popped the 6-stop on, I've got a soft grad, and I tried a polarizer just to try and darken down the rocks on either side. F13, and I've tried times between 0.6 of a second and 4 seconds. And it's worked quite well. I'm not blowing any of the highlights, so I'm quite happy with that. I can't do any B-roll because A, it's raining, and B, wherever you walk, you just sink in mud. I managed to find 3 points down here where I can keep the tripod fairly secure. I've got a rock, a little bit of hard ground, and then another rock down here, just to try and keep the tripod secure. Now, when I started shooting, the rain was coming in from behind me, which was great. It's now coming in from the front of me, so I'm going to give this one up. I'm shooting portrait orientation because it's quite a tall scene. We've got some nice clouds coming in from the back, which in 5 or 6 minutes I would think will come across the the Bloomin, which you can kind of just make out there. Yes, there she is. So then I might go over and have a go at the classic shot as well. I mentioned about this area being boggy. Now that kind of maybe looks like surface water, but I can assure you it's not. I've just gone down up to the top of my welly gogs in that stuff. Well, I don't know if you'll make this out here. We've actually got a rainstorm, maybe a snowstorm, but my betting's on it being a rainstorm coming in straight up the valley. I was down at the Waterfall waterfall, and I saw what I thought would make maybe a nice black and white image. About 5 minutes ago we had some lovely light on this mountain range, and I just blacked out the bottom. I exposed for the mountains, so this area here went quite dark. And I think that looks quite nice because we've got some dramatic sky as well. It was just hand holding. I upped the ISO to, I think, 320. I went down to F9. I was shooting on auto because shooting on manual, I was going to miss the moment, if that makes sense. Trying to adjust the shutter speed, it just wasn't worth it. So shoot on auto. Who cares? As long as you get the image, it doesn't matter. And then I spotted these two kind of little, I'd like to say ponds, but I think they're just flooded areas. That's the Buccoliet of Moor. And I've got an image using a slight reflection in this one of the moor. It's not a perfect reflection because I wasn't on tripod, I was just hand holding. I did put the polarizer on just to take the sheen off the water, and because of the white on the mountain, it didn't lose too much of the reflection. It also made the green on either side pop out quite nicely. Whether it's going to work when I get it on the big screen, I don't know. Now, yes, that storm is coming up, so I'm going to try and find my way back to the car and head down to where I was going at 8 o'clock this morning and haven't managed to get there yet. Welcome to this weekend's vlog, aptly entitled, What Could Have Been? That looks pretty spectacular with that sky, but I don't think you'll make this out. The rainstorm that's moving down that side. Deep joy! I'm at Loch Leven. I have an image that I was quite tempted to get. But now I'm here and it's raining, I really can't be bothered. It's not all blue sky, sunshine and colourful clouds. Sometimes nothing works. And that's just how it is. And at that point, it's a case of being pragmatic, I guess is the word. C'est la vie. It happens. I'm out. I'm in nature. I'm getting fresh air. I'm doing a bit of walking. Seeing some lovely scenery, even though it's not particularly photogenic because of the rain. But with the rain, we sometimes get a touch of nice light. And if it would stop raining long enough for me to get the camera out, I'd take some photos. But I refuse to spend every 30 seconds cleaning my filters off. And there's some gorgeous light up there. Don't know what the mountain range is called, but it's very nice light. It goes to show that light really is important. You can get away, as far as I'm concerned, with a slightly poor composition if you have good light. Well, that's what I think anyway. And the rain is actually coming toward me. So it would be, if it was coming behind me, that would be great. I could shoot in that direction without any problems at all. But it's coming towards me, so it's not going to work. So I'm going to hang around here for a few minutes because it'll probably stop in 5 minutes. This is Scotland after all. Because those clouds are wonderful. I just need it to stop raining. Please. Well, I've been wandering around this location for about 3/4 of an hour now. And I know there's an image here. There's several images here. Think I can find it? I've been up and down, left and right. What I'm looking at is all these little channels that have been made as the tide recedes. Got some glorious weather in the background. And the ground is quite a vibrant greeny yellow. I think it's a case of overload. There is so much here. Trying to pick out something that leads you down to the weather at the bottom, the little island in the middle, and the snowy covered peaks on either side, is actually quite mind-blowing. I've done a couple and I have no idea whether they work or not. I think part of the problem is because it's different to what I would normally shoot. I'm struggling to see whether it's a half decent image or not. I've put the polarizer on to try and take a little bit of the glare off. I have a 0.6 grad because that bit there is considerably brighter than that bit there. And I put the 6 stop on just to smooth the water a little bit. I'm being dive bombed by bloody geese again out there somewhere. And it's raining again. Mind you, it's rained about 5 times in the last 3/4 of an hour. But there is just so much to look at, and it's trying to make sense out of the chaos. I think I quite like this. Essentially, I've got this bit here with the water channel on that side and the water on that side leading you out to that bit there. Frustrating. So I'm going to keep on wandering around. This is the theme for the whole 2 days I've been here. Looking at a location going, there is an image here. It's different to what I would normally shoot. It's not a classic shot. So it's a battle to decide whether it works or not. But we'll keep going because I'm having fun. Ah. Well, that's been a frustrating and different little detour. The tide is now really well out, and all the little channels that the tide is, it's incredible to believe that all this area down here with the grass on it has seawater on it. So you get clumps of grass and then you get clumps of seaweed. It's bizarre. I really needed some good light just to make the greens pop. I got it for a minute, but I didn't really have composition set up. It's definitely a place I'd like to come back to with decent weather. But yes, this has definitely been 2 days of, oh God, if only. And it just proves it doesn't always happen. I've driven a stupid amount of mileage. I've got some images that are a bit meh, but they'll act as record images for when I can come back and find decent weather. And as I say, I'm also struggling because this is now out of my comfort zone. I much prefer seascapes. In the meantime, thanks for joining me on this bit of a meh trip. And I'll see you next Sunday. Hopefully we'll have some good weather. Bye for now.